Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery outside, and you will probably hear angels bowling any minute because there is a big thunderstorm coming, and hopefully it isn't anything like yesterday because I thought the pool was going to overflow. Anyway, so I probably took too much time and didn't, there we go. I just created my first, my first painting using the chain pull method, and these are Mardi Gras beads made of plastic, so if you're like me, you got a little bit of everything hanging around. I also started with a nice thick layer of paint, which I'm tempted to make black and white. Oh, come on, go back on. Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce you to my OXO omelet turning spatula that is the large of the two, offered on my Amazon on my Amazon link. Put my glasses on so I can see canvas, the difference between canvas and white paint, and make a fairly nice thick layer. Anyway, so where was I? I was telling you that in the description of under my each and every video are the recipe for my paint mixture, what I do to make my paints shimmer and metallic if they aren't bought that way, which is a golden product. I also always add GAC 800 if I'm going to use thick paint, or any time, to tell you the truth, because it keeps the paint from cracking very, very well. I never use any water because it seems like it dehydrates people, so I'm not sure that it's not the thing that caused my paintings to crack. I don't promise you that that's the truth. You can do what you want, as you want. I'm not going to stop you. I am going to, however, wipe off my spatula with my nice cotton rag. Sweatshirt material worked really well. Wring it out, and then I'm going to do the same thing I just did. No, I'm not. I'm not going to try and take that top off, but I am going to show you how well, and it's hot out here today, so paint is spreading well. Anybody who's interested in seeing the artworks, wet and dry, that are produced or created in my videos on YouTube, there is a Facebook album link at the bottom of the description, and that's what it's to. I think it might even have the words wet and dry in it, but that's the place to find the artworks if you haven't had a long enough look at them on screen. I'm going to try and push that paint in a nice little, what's that called? A bead. I'm going to send a bead right over to the edge. I don't think that black is nearly thick enough to do what I want it to do, but if it covers, that's good for now. And scrape it off on the edge. I'm not sure you can see everything I'm doing, but I'm just still spreading paint over here and talking to you and wishing that it would cover better, but on hot days, black paint might need an extra thick layer, and you've got to be very, very careful. You know what? I realize that my camera is hot, and I'm going to add something cool to it. And I'm going to do the opposite of what I just did. I started with adding lines from my squeeze bottles of paint, and then I put the bead into it. Sorry, I can't help it. I hate wasting paint, and I've got paint on my spatula that I'm about to put in the bucket, but rinsing paint away when I can stick it on my canvas is sort of a no-brainer for me. So, now, even though I've got my beads handy, and my skewer handy, and my Princeton Catalyst spatulas, wait, don't pay too much for these, but they're awesome to have. Up to 10 bucks is still reasonable for what they do for you. Alright, so this is my pan of paint. And not only is this my beautiful pan of paint, but this is my shovel. And the one thing I found that I didn't have enough of in my last video were the pink. I think there was another color. I didn't use my metallic blue. Is that it? I don't know if that's it or not. But the orange, there we go. That's what I want right there. The orange. And I have a lighter orange. And I have plenty of gold in there for now. And I don't see any yellow left. So let's add a little yellow. And I have a metallic purple that I like. That's a slightly different shade than the one that's there. And I never mind any black. I still didn't use that blue that I stuck with. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Excellent. I'm a little nervous because I can hear that thunder roaring. And I don't know how long I have. I think that that's a great blue, but the blue I really like is this blue, which is an Anita's brand from Hobby Lobby usually. Or on my Amazon page, I believe I have some of that on there as well. What's the other thing I like? This Prussian blue. Any Prussian blue. I could only find it in tubes. I just mixed it with my GAC 800 first. Yeah, you watching me go to town, aren't you? I guess there's no stopping a color freak. And that would be me. I liked this green last time, so I'm going to do that again. Anything I need, I can just add afterwards, she said, as she added yet another color. Okay, so if the shovel doesn't please me, I've got other things. But the shovel might please me. And I'm going to tip this and chain it after. Okay, it's stuck to the bottom. Now I'm going to let that drip right in place and use my spatula to get all the extra paint out of there. There is no silicone in my mix. I have done in the past, I will do in the future, but most of the time I would prefer not to have to clean it off, especially because I love to use art resin when I have the money. And paintings that have silicone in them make it very difficult to use art resin. Enough said. Alright, I have scoops from Hobby Lobby. There's 4 of them in this batch. I think the other one's in the bucket. I'm going to use my scoop next to pick up exactly the color that I want. And I'm going to do a bunch of that. Let it run out. It's nice that it's warm out here because it does let the paint run out nicely. Yeah, that's a double redundancy. Never mind. Alright, my timer is set. I've got 12 minutes left. I like exactly what I'm seeing up there. I'm not... I've also got an 18 by 24 inch canvas. I may have failed to mention that. It's bigger than my tile by far. I'm going to throw a little more white paint in along my edge right there, where the black and the white meet. I'm not going to do anything to that. I'm just going to figure it's going to do its own thing. I'm having a good time with this batch of colors. And agitated paint creates cells. So agitating the paint is anything you do to move it around. This is an edge catcher. I push this up against the edge of my canvases. 18 by 24 inch canvases are really cool because they have a stretcher bar in the middle of the back. So if you want better control, I don't think that that's a bad thing at all because it gives me something to hang on to. Okay, let it tip over, squeeze it back on. Use the painty side of that edge catcher to line up with where you just used. Let the paint go back on. Squeeze it right back on. And I'm going to let that, yes I am, roll right down there. Do I want it to hit it? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'll let you know in a minute. I kind of like that right how it is. This is not turning out to be something that I want to mess with. Okay, the other thing is, with these spatulas, you can also scrape paint right off an edge catcher and add it right back onto the canvas. That is a little brown, but I'm never worried about that because I can always add a color on top of it. Seriously, I don't worry about that. I'm going to wipe off my spatula. I do seem to be a little wound up today, so pardon me. I am also going to use a color that I like right there. Because there's a nice thick layer of white paint, you can do all kinds of stuff that's cool. And black and white are both catalysts for selling, in my experience, so I'm not the least bit unhappy about that. That's my bamboo skewer, my very well-loved and extremely well-used bamboo skewer. So usually I would tip more than this, I'm guessing. But I'm loving the patterns and the colors so much that it doesn't seem like something I want to do. And I have the majority of my paint in this dish over here that you may or may not be able to see has turned into that. Oh, that was unexpected. I guess I was using a different bottle of gold. I guess we'll find out what that does. That was Floetrol. So always shake your bottles, and if you can hear inside of mine, there are marbles in there. And I'm going to throw a bunch of white pearl in there, like I did last time. I'm still trying to empty it. Ooh, that was a lot. So, what do I like? I like that turquoise. It's a metallic. And I like my favorite color, purple, but I haven't used enough of this dark purple. That's very similar in depth of tone to the Prussian blue. And I didn't use any, well, I got a lot of that. I don't want any more of that. I haven't used very much red, and I kind of like it. Oops, now I got more red. Check that out. Right onto the canvas. Oh well, never mind. It is accidental art. You're bound to have accidents. I love this color. And this may not be my favorite color, pink, but it definitely does some interesting stuff when you use it. So, what am I thinking? I am thinking, yep, the orange. Let's just start over. Hopefully I can get out of here before I get hit by lightning, but I don't hear the thunder right now, so that's a good sign in my book. What else? What else? Anything else? Anything else at all? Okay, I think, yeah, the Prussian blue. So, now, I've got a piece of medical tubing standing by that I blow through and uncover colors, but so far I'm not seeing anything that I really want to manipulate so badly that I will change what's there, because I think it's really attractive the way it is. But I do want to lead paint toward the edge so that it flows over, and use any paint that's fallen on my freezer paper that I keep handy underneath everything to catch any paint, and then I can use it. And whatever paint is on your skewer, just roll it. Roll it right off. So, look what we've got. We've got all kinds of cool stuff. Do I want to spiral it? I just love what happens when the white paint is thick. And I can just use it to enhance any lines I might make. I just love that. It's compelling as a son of a gun to me. I love it, I love it. What can I say? Ooh, shiny! Yeah. I know a lot of people who are ooh, shiny people. All you glitter freaks. I don't even let myself go there. I'm afraid I would never come back. Alright, so do I have any more paint around here somewhere? I'm not going to pay attention to that anymore. We have 6 minutes left. I think that I am going to go crazy. Short trip. Let's just ribbon pour it, shall we? Let's do... and come back, and I have a nice smaller Princeton Catalyst spatula that I can scrape my paint out of because it hasn't really turned brown yet. And I'm trying to be creative and expecting to use a bunch of methods, but so far I just want to do what I'm doing. And I know I threatened to do a chain pull. Let's see what happens. Let's use a shorter piece. Is there a shorter piece? Yes, there is. Yes, I'm quiet. I'm very focused right now. I want to pick those colors back up, go back that way. I would like to just switch chains because I can. I'm going to dip that in there and then put it down on the other side. Dip it in again. I think I am just going to dip into my pretty colors in my dish over there. Let's see what happens. That's kind of cool. I'm not minding that. I'm going to do it again right here. That's not bothering me. I've got this lump of paint here that I want to see what happens when it runs. I kind of need my freezer, excuse me, my edge catcher. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need it at all. It is making all the other stuff that I wanted to keep run though, so maybe I'm not going to do that. Let's do something different. Let's throw one of my beads with paint on them in the bucket since I made up a bunch more strands, 4 or 5. I'm going to take some of this orange and add it right down here. And probably also pick it all up and just let it fall right off my spatula. Because I can. And you can too. That's cool. This is cool. I'm happy with that. I could leave this right like it is. Okay, so I see a place that I would like. I'm going to start short. Get brazen. And I'm going to dip. Dip and pull. And dip and pull. I think I need to submerge those beads, to tell you the truth. Alright, I got a lot more paint on there this time. It's just my second go round. So I'm just learning. Learning what I want to do as I go. That's kind of cool. That thunder's kind of loud. I'm not really minding that. I do notice I have an uncovered edge, and I think this is a primary opportunity to see if I can cover it again. I like that pink up there so much I'm going to use it. Hopefully I can. Okay, so I see that I'm inclined to put some white up there and pull it and see what happens. I'm going to try and get the cap back on my pearl. And because white often sells, do I have another set of beads left? I have one more set. I got a really short set. Alright, let's just try the short set. That's alright, it's kind of cool. I'm trying to be open-minded here. I'm going to move some other stuff out of my way. We have 38 seconds left. Oh boy, not much time. So this looks like a part 1 and a part 2 also. I like most of what's going on here. I need something in here. I'm going to take it right now. Do a little ribbon pour right in the middle. Excuse me, a little ring pour. Why not? Let's see if I can spread it around and get it to behave. When has that ever happened? Okay, so I'm going to set this again and say Priscilla out. Wrong. In Spring Hill, Florida, on a hot August afternoon. I get brain cramps, I'm sorry. At Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and I will see you in the next video, and that will be in a moment. 18 by 24 inch canvas, and we are still recording, which is cool.